quick dry styling spray. Okay, I stopped by and got this at Petco because I ran out of finishing spray, and because I'm not very organized and I forget to pre-order stuff, and so sometimes I just look at my bag. I'm like, oh shoot, I'm out of it, and so stopped by and got this quick dry finishing styling spray from Well and Good. Anyways, not bad. I like the smell. It's all right. So I've already done all the clipper work on Emmy here. Emmy is Nikki's sister. Isn't she adorable? Oh my goodness. I think out of all my dogs, she's probably the one I adore the most because she's just so everything she about her just is so freaking cute. Anyways, so I've already done the clipper work and got her body set the length that I want. So now we're just gonna do the scissor work. And I just thought I'd stream this, because this is the part of the groom where, it really matters the most. Um, if you can't really get a good haircut, you know, done, then, people don't really feel the need to continue paying you. Oh, what's up, Dolores? How are you, Dolores? Dolores, how are you feeling? Seriously, don't be all nice about that. Seriously, how are you feeling? I would love to go and just, bring something over for you or anything, but coronavirus. I don't want to get you sick, Dolores. You're already going through a lot, so man, I'm staying away because I care, Dolores, if that makes any sense. Okay, so same thing. These are my main two little thinners and curve shears. Now, see, this curve shear is not very curved though. So if it was more of a exaggerated curve, I could, make better lines on her head, like do the nice curves. But because it's almost straight, I gotta kind of use the tips. But anyways, I'll show you how to work with that. I'm good. You are welcome to come anytime. Ah, I know, but what if I bring the virus with me, Dolores? That's the thing. It's like I don't know. So the thing is, last night I actually ran into the guy who was kind of, giving me workout tips and things like that. He kind of looks a little bit like me. He's taller but bald, and he's muscular. But anyways, yeah, he was saying like he and I, we're pretty healthy. And anytime I do get sick, I only get sick for like a day or so, and I kick it. So we were both saying how we're not worried too much about ourselves. I don't care if I get it, but I'm worried that I might carry it and give it to someone. So, they might not have, you know, the ability to fight it off the way I would, because I was blessed with the gods. I was blessed with the blood of the gods, and it's okay. That's all right, though. I'm not trying to compare myself to anybody. Anyways, um, I think if you are sick, you will show symptoms. No, I don't know, Dolores. I mean, they're saying that some people don't show symptoms, and you know, there we go. So I don't know. I have been known to be, you know, likened to Thor, the god of thunder. You know what I'm saying? So, anyways, it's neither here nor there. It doesn't even matter. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't even matter though. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I'm just clearing out right in front of the eyes. You know, that brown hair and everything right there. And I'm doing it with the thinners, so I get a nice little soft, cuts there. So this here, see there's some brown hair right there. I'm just gonna clip it off. I could pull it out, but see, immediate reaction. They don't really like it when you pull on their eyes. So I'm just gonna clip it off like that. Those little dead brown hairs. And then I'm gonna get right in there, right in between the eyes. Right? And then just in between, right in front of the eyes. That's it. I want to be careful and not go up in here in the middle of the eye. See that? I don't want to clip there because I want to keep all of this in the middle for that Bichon shape. There we go. Alrighty. Okay. There we go. See that? So just in front of the eyes. So, Amelia, so now you can actually see her eyes, her big, beautiful black eyes, right? Are they black? Anyways. Okay, so now that I got that trimmed away, I'm gonna switch over to my curve shears. That way I can go ahead and get that Bichon visor. So the AKC breed standard, it kind of, I forget if it was the AKC or where I read it, but there, maybe it was a Bichon workshop that I took, but they were saying that a good Bichon expression should make them look a little pissed. Isn't that cool? A good way to describe it. So the Bichon expression, to execute it correctly, you kind of want them to look a little pissed. That's why the visor goes in like that on both sides. So now this is the way you actually hold it, but I'm gonna flip so that I get the curve on the other side right there. So here we go. So I comb it forward one more time, just like a carpenter, measure twice, cut once. Groomers, you just want to comb twice, cut once, comb 20 times if you have to. All right, so I'm just gonna imagine a line going like that, right? So I'm just gonna cut right there, cut right into it, right? And then cut right here. Just create that little window, I guess, that little, open up their eyes, that little curve right there, see that? So that's that side, right? Now, even when she turns her head, you can see her eyes like that. Compared to the other side, where we haven't clipped, you can't see it, right? So now on the other side, now I'm gonna flip it back to the right, to the correct side for the other one. There we go. There we go. Right into it. This is why you want to establish rapport with the dog and have mutual trust and respect for each other, because especially when you're pointing the shears right into the eye to cut right into the coat there, if the dog doesn't trust you and she moves at the wrong time, that could cause a really, really bad injury. So I always, I preach it almost. It's like what I preach, always focus on building that rapport with the dog. Have the dog get to know and trust you so that they trust your touch. And she's always been a little bit of a bobblehead, so whenever I try to hold and everything, she just moves her head and all that. But she's gotten a lot better. As long as I don't hold here, the chin, she really doesn't like that. See that? She's had too many groomers do that. So now when I try to hold her chin, she's like, no, oh no, she's letting me. Yeah, no. Alrighty, so now that we got that done, see that? Now the eyes have opened up and you can see the expression. Let me see that. Oh. Okay, but they are saying that you have to have symptoms to make someone sick. Oh, really? Oh, she's a great dog. Wow, well then, shoot, Dolores, why am I not coming over? Shoot, I know Mark loves me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could totally just go over and hang out. I still got to go pick up my shears from Josh. Oh my goodness. I dropped them off like last week, or it's been a while, like a week or so, and I just haven't had time to go and pick them up. Anyways, so now that we got that, what I like to do now is comb everything up. Now that I got the visor done, just comb everything up, and that's actually going to give me my, kind of set the length for me, kind of set that pattern for me. And I like to treat the ears as if it's a part of the head. So I'm not even gonna hold the ears up or anything, just comb it all up and trim it down with my scissors as if the ear was just a part of the head. See that? So I'm gonna have to hold her like this, gently. See that? So, because if I hold her here, like I said, too many groomers have done that and she just doesn't like it. So, even that she doesn't really like too much. She just, she's like, don't tell me what to do. You know what I'm saying? She's like, don't tell me how to hold my head. But I do like to still have a hand on her so that when she moves, I can feel her about to move, and that way I can stop the scissors from, see that? I can feel her moving, and then I can stop the scissor action so I don't put a dent in her head. You know what I'm saying? There we go. So it's a little more challenging when you have a bobblehead dog like this. You know, they bob their head up and down and try to get, get out of your hold there. You know, they try to get out. There we go. So in my opinion, the top of the head is the most important. If the top is too big, it just makes everything look lopsided. So the top of the head, I want to get nice and short, the right length. I want the middle, the nose to almost be the center of the big circle. Not almost. I do. That's what you want. That's what I'm going for, is have the nose be the center of the big round snowball. There we go. And yesterday I mentioned that I've heard from Janine was actually the one who told me when I went up and spent the day with Janine in her mobile van. She was the one that told me that a lot of sharpeners, scissor sharpeners, in those groomer maintenance groups, those groomer tool maintenance groups and things like that she's in, some of the sharpeners were addressing the cheap quality of those popular scissors these days. And she's saying, like, the sharpeners were like, groomers, please stop buying these cheap quality shears. He was like, she was saying that the painted shears are no good because the black paint on the shears kind of prevent from cutting well. I mean, and I don't really know enough about that, but I am noticing. Yesterday I tried with yesterday I did the head because Nikki has a bigger head. Did it with this curve shear, the black ones. And I'm noticing now, this really does kind of feel a little more crisp, a little cleaner cut. Hey, what's up, doll baby? How are you? She has a great dog. She says, yeah, of course. Oh my goodness, because she loves me. Anyways, I think because she knows how much I love her. I was singing to her earlier. Oh, she's like, I don't know. I'm trying to woo her, I'm trying to seduce her. But my singing, I guess didn't work. But anyways. Oh. Is it blasphemous to sing Christian songs to a dog? The reason why I'm asking is because I sang one of my favorite Christian songs, and it's supposed to be, meant towards God, but I sang it to Emmy, and she is a dog. I mean, dog backwards is. Am I being blasphemous? But yeah, I mean, the song "There's None Like You." Oh, because that's exactly how I feel about her. Oh man, there is none like you. No one else can touch my heart like you do. And I can search for all eternity long and find there is none like you. Oh. Okay. So Emmy's my little crush here. I crushed on her so hard, but just like all my crushes, I don't think the feeling is mutual. I think I'm too eager. You know what I'm saying? Too eager, right? Right? Could you give me some tips, Emmy? Am I coming on too hard, too strong? You tell me how to woo you. You know what I'm saying? What is your style? All right. She's in the treats, though. I noticed that yesterday. She's in the treats. There we go. So see that? Just kind of trimming it down. Nice little round head now, right? There we go. And I can search for all eternity long and find there is none like you. There is none like you. No one else can touch my heart like you do. And I can search for all eternity long and find there is none like you. Oh. There we go. Let me fix that a little bit. All right. So I think I could spend all day just kind of whittling away at it, but it's pretty well blended now in the back here. I'm gonna flip my scissors to blend it into this neck here. There we go. Okay, I found a girl for me. She is so round and soft and so fluffy. Right, go. Okay, I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. All right. Nice. So that's what we do. You just picture a circle. Picture a nice round circle with the nose at the center. And then you just trim everything that sticks out of that circle. There we go. And then what I like to do is just go through with the thinners or blenders and just kind of blend everything nice and soft and round. But what I'm going to do first is do the legs and feet. That way the head here has a chance to kind of settle down and lay naturally the way it's going to lay. And then I'll see more of these like bumps and hairs that stick out. See, like that. And then I can go through with these blenders and just blend it down. But again, I like to do this when I'm about to finish the dog. So we are not done with the head yet. See, that's what I'm gonna do. Because what happens is when the top, oh shoot, sorry. What happens is when the top of the head is too high, it tends to part. And you don't want that. You don't want the head to part. You don't want to look like an accountant or anything, you know? It wants to be nice and round and fluffy. But if it's too long up top, then instead of being nice and fluffy and standing up straight, it's going to start to part and lay to the sides. And that's when you have a weird looking Bichon. Like, is that Bichon an accountant? Okay. I shouldn't talk trash about accountants. It's just I've never met an accountant that didn't look like a dork. But anyways, but I like my accountant, actually. He's a really cool guy. All right. Nice. Now let's do your feet. And we'll come back to your head. There we go. Look at that. Right here. Emmy, look at here. Oh, look at here. Uh-huh. Okay, I see a little bit. There we go. See, that's the ear right there. And I just treat it like it's part of the head. Oh, so it's rounded right into the head. So now we're gonna do the legs and feet and then finish her up. Let's see here. Oh, Raquel, what's up, Raquel? Raquel Grant is here. Michelle says, God, I wish I could cut my Bailey like that. My old groomer left the state, and now I cannot find a groomer that can cut a traditional Bichon cut. Uh-huh. Michelle, he makes it look so easy. Thank you, Dolores. Thanks, Michelle. Okay, so there we go. Now, there we go. I just gotta stop nitpicking. I gotta stop looking at her face. Stop looking at me, Nikki. I need to stop looking at your face. Every time I see your face, when I see your face, I see so many things I want to change. Then I can't move on with the haircut. And you're gonna mess me up all day. Okay, that's not the worst of the song, by the way. It's okay. Bruno and I are tight like that. You know what I'm saying? When you get when you get to my level of fame, you know what I'm saying? Fame and notoriety, you know what I'm saying? Recognition, acknowledgement from all directions, you know what I'm saying? Then you just become cool with everybody that's famous too, So in my experience, at least. So Bruno, he's like, June, if you ever want to change the words to my songs, you feel free to. You're okay. You can even do it live on your YouTube channel. I'll say, dude, Bruno, you watch my YouTube channel? And Bruno's like, dude. Bruno Mars is like, dude, every day, where do you think I get the inspiration, to work so hard, and where do you think I get the inspiration to be an artist, and really honor my craft? I'm like, I don't know, dude. Where did you get the inspiration? Seth Godin? Simon Sinek? He's like, bruh, June the Grove. So, just so you know, I mean, the only reason why I even bothered to explain all that was just so why I don't get copyrighted whenever I sing Bruno's songs and stuff. We're cool like that, so, had a long conversation actually like that, you know what I'm saying? Had a long conversation. And then we started making out, and that's when I woke up. So it all happened happened last night actually. Okay, so alrighty. So anyways. Hey Dolores, maybe I'll invite Bruno over when I come over next time, you know what I'm saying? Like, shoot. Mark's barbecue is to die for, so yeah, maybe next time I'll bring Bruno over. We'll do a little duet, a little sing and dance, song and dance. Okay, right, Emmy? Emmy, don't look at me like that. I'll snip your mustache. Anyways, there we go. So I'm not really supposed to trim back here behind the foot. You're actually supposed to let the foot sit down and then make it like a kind of a pillar, a column. So it's not supposed to have that bevel right there. However, I'm not doing a show cut on her. I'm doing a pet trim, a modified Bichon trim for a pet dog. And because they go outside and, they run in the grass and things like that, I want to make sure that the feet are nice and round and tight. That way, they stay cleaner and they won't get all matted up, even if they go outside and, the grass is wet. And I want it to be functional, not just fashionable, but functional, because, she's not about to hit the runway anytime soon. Don't look at me like you're not gonna hit the runway. You're not a professional model. I'm not lying. She just gave me the side eye like crazy. What? I mean, not everybody can be a model like me. Shoot. All right. It's okay though. You're not as pretty as me, but it's okay, Emmy. It's fine. All right, so I'm gonna comb this down. Well, really, I should comb it up, but again, it's a pet trim. I want to see how the hair is gonna lay naturally, and then I want to shape it from there. Because pet dogs usually don't get sprayed up and combed out and all of that on a daily basis, you know. Most of the times they just get loved on, you know, kissed on, and they go outside for walks. You know, that's usually the life of a pet dog. So, you know, I don't want to give them a haircut that's going to require a lot of maintenance because that's not right for their lifestyle. Okay. You see that? Let's move that. There we go. There we go. Did I see a comment? Oh, Dolores says, oh, nice. Oh, wow. Oh, my goodness. There's our favorite groomer. That's Patty. Must be nice to have clients that sit still like this. LOL. It seems like all my clients are big or small and have 80. A lot of them, and I had to work with her too. She did not used to sit still like this. You have to work for it, earn it, you know, and it comes over time. Um, Thank you though. And Yurka says she is so very good girl, so damn cute, nice. You missed the one Memorial Day weekend. He did. Oh my goodness. Oh, I bet they were good. She has great hair. You must have done a lot of pre-grooming prep. Yeah. And the thing is, when I first started grooming her, even her tummy here, it used to be dark. It used to be like dark and crusty and hard. The skin felt hard. Now look at it, nice and clean and smooth. So yeah, I've done a lot of work. We've come a long way over the years. June is not your ordinary groomer. He is a canine maintenance technician. Oh wow, thank you, Sue. You know the thing is, I was thinking about it. I was thinking, you know, a lot of us groomers who take our job seriously and we don't consider ourselves just somebody that just comes and, you know, soaps up a dog and rinses them off and dries them. You know, we consider ourselves caretakers, you know, for the canine skin and coat. I was thinking a more accurate description, a job title, I think might be canine hygienist, right? Because I brush her teeth even in the tub. You know, I make sure her skin is all in good health. You know, we check their anal glands. Like, you know, I really think that a more accurate title for what we do as dog groomers would be canine hygienist. And I think maybe in the future, once, you know, once the talk of regulating grooming licensing comes back again, because right now it's kind of on the back burner for obvious reasons. Hold on 1 second. Nice. There we go. What a good girl. Okay, okay. Hey, Bo, you're next. Okay. Man, that is some precision clipping right there. That was our coochie right there. Anyways, that's some precision cutting. I know, girl. I'm sorry. We're almost done. Maybe you want to just go run and play. Oh, thank you. Hold that. Okay. All right. Here we go. Let's do this leg here. Here we go, Emmy. Sorry, that was their. I heard their owners right there taking the dogs out. I didn't want to say anything crazy like right in front of her, you know. So, and not that they probably don't have I just assume that there's always a camera on me, even if there's not. I just can assume that there is. Alrighty. But I feel like most times I'm pretty safe because, you know, it's usually just visual. They just record, and most of the times they don't get the audio right. So I feel like I can, as long as I keep grooming, you know, as long as I keep working and stay focused, I can pretty much say whatever I want, no matter how crazy it is, and nobody will actually hear it. There we go. Except when I stream on my YouTube channel, you know, then people hear it. Okay. There we go. One more foot left.
Bogart just went.
Oh, awesome.
I'm
Perfect.
getting on. I'm gonna get a call from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3 at least.
Okay.
Just so you know.
Yeah.
And you
Okay.
can. I'm sure Emmy's gonna want to come in with me when she's done.
Okay. Do you want me to let her out when I'm
Yes,
done?
please.
Okay, and then I'll let her upstairs.
I'm gonna be right next to you in the living room because
Oh,
I
okay.
have Wi-Fi upstairs.
Awesome. Alrighty. And we are almost done. I got 1 foot left. Oh my goodness, you're so adorable, Emmy. Oh man. I know I'm not supposed to play favorites, but I think she's my favorite.
I'm gonna put them in here for right now,
Uh-huh.
and then Nikki can come in when Emmy comes in, but this way
Okay.
Bo will be here.
Awesome. Alrighty. Although Tulip is actually starting to become one of my favorites too. There we go. There you go. Alrighty. Okay. Now let's get that one last foot, and we are done, girl. Well, I'm gonna just touch up her face a little bit, make sure it's nice and presentable. Get this little tuck up here. There we go. Get this side. There we go. Okay. All right. I want to get it right up close to those paw pads. There we go. All right. Whoa, Emmy. There we go. Alrighty. There we go. You know what? Just in case we overhear, we overhear the conversation, I'll go ahead and end this just to be respectful. But you get the idea, right? I'm about to fit, kind of soften those up with the thinners, soften up her head. Let's just kind of shape it really quick. And that's it. She's done. Look how much she bobs her head. Oh, look at that right there. Okay, so you kind of get the idea. Emmy, there we go. And then right here, see, I'm gonna blend that in a little bit better. That's about it, right, girl? So thanks for joining me, guys, keeping me company. Um, did I get all the lullaby? So I'm not the only one who sings to their dog. Oh yeah, of course, man. Shoot, it's part of the job, right? When I sing to mine, they look at me like they're being punished. She actually came in here the other day when I was singing to Nikki. She came in here like concerned eyes, like I was like, "Don't worry, no one's dying." That was me singing. Um, I see, I feel you. So thank you all. So anyways, I'm just gonna kind of finish her up really quick, just soften that part right there, and we'll be done. See you guys.